Welcome to the Rapture. I thought today would be a good one to bring you this conversation with a couple of scholars who look at the intersection between right-wing populism and climate. Starting with this definition I asked Jesse Bryant to give on accelerationism. What is it? Why do we keep hearing about it? And what does it have to do with climate? If you want to hear the whole conversation with both Jesse and with Dieter, another researcher I talked to, check out the podcast episode. It's here on YouTube and in all your podcast feeds as well. What is accelerationism? Why has it been embraced by some far right actors? Please
Yeah.
explain.
So I often get these terms mixed up in sort of the sociology of religion, but there is an idea within a lot of evangelical has been, since the past 100, 200, 300 years. This idea of the second coming of Jesus is upon us, that the apocalypse is coming. It's around the corner, this pre-millenarian thought that this tangible world that us Protestant evangelicals can feel and sense is not the real thing, and that soon this will all burn and a new sort of heavenly world will be upon us. And that's a sort of a politics that's fueled American evangelical thought for hundreds of years. And the way that it projects onto climate politics is just like, okay, here's all these leftist libs who are like trying to stop the apocalypse, which is, climate change or some nuclear thing happening. And we actually believe that it is moral and ethical and just to accelerate that process, to accelerate the sort of destruction of the immoral wasteland of late stage capitalism,
Right,
in order
right.
to bring about more quickly the golden age. The odd thing about accelerationism is it has Protestant backing in the sort of premillenarian thought, but it also resonates with a lot of thoughts and sort of mythic structures within like Hindu thought and South Asian and Eastern ideas of cyclicality. And the way that you'll see this manifest in pop culture is, it doesn't register as important to many people, but you'll hear Joe Rogan talk about the Kali Yuga.
What is the period we're in now? Because it seems like it's coming to an end.
This is Kali Yuga, man. This is some weird shit that was predicted by the Bhagavad Gita. This is
Guru Damarang.
And these sort of ideas of like Hindu cyclicality, the Kali Yuga being the age we're in, the dark age. We can only get to the golden age, completing the cycle through complete destruction of civilization.
Wow.
And both, so it manifests both in these sort of Hindu logics, it manifests in Protestant premillenarian logics, and it's this sort of worshiping of the apocalypse and the idea that we can't actually get ourselves out of this, that there are bigger forces, whether they're, which gods are in control of that, I'm not entirely sure. And this was a structure of Greek thought too, but it's very common, but that we humans don't have control over this. So all we can do is sort of accelerate the cycle, get the apocalypse to come faster, and as a result reinstate an ordered golden age. But that's like the charitable interpretation of accelerationism. It manifests obviously in like dumbass ways too, where there's just people who are far right lunatics on their computers who are like, I'm just going to kill a ton of people or shut down a server warehouse, which, say what you will, like I would rather people be shutting down server warehouses than shooting school children. So
Yeah.
more power to them. But yeah, the idea of acceleration is generally just to accelerate the destruction of society, whether that be cyclical in the Hindu sense or linear in the Christian sense.
Okay, this is such an uplifting conversation.
Yeah, things are out of control.
I know, it's really that's just interesting to me because it's like, okay, everyone is pinpointing the same set of things that are wrong, but like the causes and solutions are so wildly divergent. It's very interesting.
Hey, I've got to say, that gives me hope though, in a weird way.
Yeah.
That it's like to know that these people, I think in the most charitable version, are like identifying late stage capitalism and trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
sympathetic to that, you know.